Toma ahí.
Breathe, breathe.
Toma ahí. Dame
Breathe.
el control de vos. Toma ahí.
Breathe.
Ven, lo hiciste muy bien.
You see,
metiste el
did
sin
very
izquierda
good.
con el recto de derecha,
You
muy
got
bueno.
that combination with the
Pero
left
acuérdate
and
que
the
no se le
right.
puede repetir lo mismo.
It was very good.
Varía.
But you can't repeat the same thing. Change it up. Change it up. If you're winning the round, don't risk it because you're winning it. You've got to use your combinations. Compact combinations. You must throw more punches. You're too tense. Relax. Your conditioning is great. You've got that. Throw punches. Throw those punches, especially in those first few rounds. Loosen up. Fast. Loosen up.
Max, you saw the great Daniel Zaragoza in the corner of Salido. They've been working together now for a couple fights.
Zaragoza is, when you talk about the greatest chins of all time in boxing, there are two names really on the list. It boils down to Jake LaMotta and Daniel Zaragoza. And from the looks of the first round, Salido is going to need some Zaragoza-like ability to absorb punishment to win this fight.
Cuidado con la cabeza, cuidado con la cabeza.
Both guys go downstairs.
Venga, limpio, limpio. Venga.
Score with a hook to the body. Joe Cortez reminds both fighters to keep them up. Max, you could make the case that, pretty good case too. It's the best opponent that Gamboa has faced so far, as far as the experience and everything else. Be interesting to see how, as this fight develops, when it's not just all going his way, how he deals with it.
I agree with you, and Salido weighed in today much heavier than he weighed in yesterday, so Gamboa is also fighting a naturally bigger guy at this moment.
On our unofficial scales, they both checked in at 140.
Watch your hands inside.
126 left. Right hand behind the ear of Gamboa. Salido touches him with a jab. Both swap right hands.
No pegue, no pegue.
Sometimes you get the impression from Gamboa when he does what he just did, boom, boom, boom. Then he kind of relaxes, like it's almost too easy for him.
I mentioned Pacquiao because one of the many things that I think attracted so many fans to Manny Pacquiao is he has the ability, the speed, to be a stinking kind of fighter who wins, nevertheless wins his fights. He has the technique to do it too, I think. But instead, he applies it aggressively. And it's very rare you get a guy who's that fast and hits that hard and is also aggressive, but isn't just a reckless brawler. As I mentioned, that's the hope with Gamboa. But it's a fine line because you see Gamboa trying not to be reckless, and as a result, maybe he's a little too far behind the line in terms of offering entertainment value in this fight so far. Maybe.
Gamboa camp said we want to provoke the attack. And a knockout is important for us to achieve. End of round number 2. October 23rd, don't miss the premiere of our 4-episode series, 24/7. Pacquiao Margarito, your all-access pass into the lives of both fighters as they prepare for their November matchup. Then on November 13th, HBO pay-per-view brings you the live fight between Pacquiao and Margarito from Cowboys Stadium in Arlington, Texas.
Don't let him box anymore, Salido. You're letting him box. You're letting him box. That's why he's beating you.
And there's Mira Salido, the wife of Orlando, checking the action out. Orlando has a son, Brian Orlando Salido, and daughter Gina Michelle Salido. They did not make the trip here to Las Vegas, but Mira is here. Salute on her husband. Round number 3 underway as we check in with an unofficial ringside scorer, Harold Letterman.
Okay, Bob. 2 rounds to nothing. 20-18. Yuriorkis Gamboa. Bob, I got to tell you, you made a very interesting point. I don't know if you realized it, but Yuriorkis, let me tell you, Yuriorkis Gamboa did the same thing in both rounds. He hit the guy. It looked like he staggered him, and then he stepped back to admire his work.
Well, here's the Gamboa that everyone who follows boxing and follows Gamboa has grown to love.
All right, bring it. Suéltalo.
Yeah, I was going to say, you never see anybody do something like that. He did it in round 1, halfway through the round, then with about a minute, 15 seconds to go in round 2. Same thing. He hurt Salido, stepped back to admire his work. I mean, the only one I ever saw do that, Bob, was in England, Chris Eubank. He used to do that because he was a showboat. But, you know, Gamboa's got to step in and take advantage of the shots when he hurts.
Well, I think lots of guys have done that, have hurt guys and stopped to admire their work, but Gamboa hasn't been that kind of fighter so far. And you see him trying to stay disciplined, and I think that's the outcome, is that maybe he's not always following up his advantage. He seemed to make up for it this round, though.
Well, I mean, you know, although a different style fighter, I mean, how many times did we see Pernell Whitaker in against a tough guy? Like, just dominate and then just stop and say, all right, you know, I'll do this again whenever I want.
Are you trying to get me to say something bad about Pernell
No.
Whitaker? You know it's impossible.
No, of course not.
Yeah, but Whitaker didn't have Gamboa's punch.
No. I'm not saying the same. I'm just saying that guys that are talented, sometimes it comes so easy that they just stop and say, I know it. No big deal. I'll do it again.
Right.
I want.
They lack the kind of crowd-pleasing killer instinct as it's known. Gamboa's always seemed to have that.
Funny, too, because Salido, part of the game plan was to pressure this kid. Pressure him. He's got great speed, but no one's ever pressured him. Well, it's hard to pressure when fast hands are coming back at you. And he can punch moving back.
So far, Salido has not given Gamboa the impression that Gamboa can simply overwhelm him at will. You know, when two fighters square off at this level, there's something about the opponent that gives a fighter a sense. Can I overwhelm this guy or not? Does this guy know what he's doing? And I think Gamboa clearly thinks Salido knows what he's doing. He can't just do whatever he wants.
There was a good right hand by Salido that gave Gamboa some pause there.
Otra botella de agua. Toma aire, toma aire, toma aire.
Breathe.
Toma aire, men.
Breathe, babe. Breathe.
No hay lío. Vamos, Tony.
Let's go, Tony.
Ahí, vamos,
That's
toma
it.
aire.
Breathe.
Sí, toma aire, men.
Breathe.
Ahí. Escucha. Amenaza.
Listen.
Tú sabes cómo tú controlas eso, men.
You know how
con
you're
tus
controlling that with your
movimientos
movement, with your lateral
laterales. No
movements.
tienes que saltar nada más de
With your
pasarte
lateral
al
movements.
lateral. ¿Me entiendes?
You understand?
Lo estás siguiendo, no. Tira, ya despierta, Salido.
You must throw,
Él es muy
Salido.
rápido, pero
Wake
tú
up now.
también. ¿Qué pasó?
He's fast where you are too. What happened?
Nada más lo estás siguiendo.
You're
no
only
lo sigas
following
ya.
him.
Tira golpes, ¿ok?
On a gorgeous night in Las Vegas, Nevada. HBO's Boxing After Dark. So glad you can join us. Yuriorkis Gamboa, Orlando Salido embark upon round number 4. Like a slight nick on the left eye of Salido. If you remember late in that round, Max, the heads came together momentarily, accidentally. You saw Salido kind of paw. So keep our eye on that left eye.
And Salido, meanwhile, has begun this round a little more active. He, as you mentioned, pressure fighters tend to become more active as the fight goes on. Salido's no exception, and here he looks to me as though he's trying to get his punches off. A little more urgency early in this round.
Saca los brazos. Bring out. Cuidado con la cabeza. Cuidado con la cabeza.